of the series. Keep in mind they led 1-0 in game number 1, but it's by far their best lead. Under 4 to go in the second, and Pittsburgh has come back from a 2-0 deficit to score 3 unanswered goals. And the Penguins have scored 3 goals on their last 4 shots on Martin Brodeur. Penguins are in the zone again. Here's Moran without his stick, gloved it down. Pretty neat little play there by Baranek to push it back. Madden tried the fancy one-on-one move and couldn't beat Kasparaitis as it's clear the center.
Tell you what, John Madden had the right idea with that play because Kasparaitis was bailing out and he was way off balance.
Our Bud Light Stanley Cup summary from New Jersey tonight. Raymond Bourque moves into a tie, 9th all-time with Denny Savard. Mario Lemieux, hey, he's got a shot on goal tonight. Not that big a deal. Even bigger is 2 assists tonight. And the Avs in games 1 and 2 of the best of 7 series since '96. They've been dominant early on. Mario not involved in that last goal. Corbet, his first of the postseason, 7th career playoff goal. Wayne Primo picks up the lone helper, even strength at 15:55. You say shocked, stunned Meadowlands crowd. Here they come again. Here's Kovalev trying to make a neat little move and could not. And it's back to center. Here's Elias. Devils need offense, go back to their top unit. And here's Arnott, try to center off the outside of the net. Sykora picks up the loose puck. Back to the point. Rafalski's got a lane, he fires, and it's blocked by Martin Straka, who went down to block the shot. And the puck is free to center. Race for O'Donnell will get there, and he'll pass it back to Martin Brodeur.
What a call by Marty Brodeur. He knew O'Donnell had his back to the play, had to have called for that puck, and then calmly plays it outside the zone.
Gomez is hit up high by Kovalev. Craft the shot. Brodeur the stick save. Almost appeared to be a bit of a clothesline there. Gomez bounced up quickly. And here's Jaromir Jagr on it. Off for Moran. Finds Jagr trying to split through and could not. Freeland the other way. But he finds himself 1-on-4. He'll pull up, look for some help. Kasparaitis trying to rub him out. Penalty is coming up. Delayed penalty away from the play. Brodeur is out of the net, so the extra attacker on. Freeland shot through traffic and wide. Delayed penalty against Pittsburgh, and it'll be blown dead now with 1:38 left in the second, and the indication was for tripping.
I don't know if anybody wants to go on the power play. 2 shorthanded goals, key goals in this hockey game. Sykora's in the first period to make it 2-0. Morozov's to start the scoring for Pittsburgh in the second period. Trip! Your number, buddy. Jan Hrdina going off for a trip. Call was made in the neutral, and Scotty Gomez actually was hit before that. That was the trip on Mogilny when he was coming right at us. I actually wasn't looking for the officials. I saw him getting tripped up coming towards us away from the play, so that was the call on Jan Hrdina. It was just a stick in the lane, and Mogilny cut back to the left and got cut up with his twig. But what a hit by Kovalev on Gomez. Kovalev has become a big open ice hitter, as we recall in that Buffalo Sabres on Alex Zhitnik. Well, in this game, he just got Gomez in the middle of the ice.
Hrdina for tripping at 18:22. Third power play now of the night for the Devils. An outstanding 2 for 3 in game number 1. Got to look out for Shorty here, though, as you point out, Banger. With a pair of shorthanded goals in the game tonight.
Oh, good play.
Here's Mario trying to fight through. How about that play by Rafalski from his knees? Lemieux would have been home all alone. Holy checked by Bugner. Wrapped around, Rafalski will get there. Finds Arnott. Tic-tac-toe passing play. Went off a Sykora's skate. The Pens might look to break back again. Here's Wayne Primo. Primo knocked down, and the puck taken away by Arnott. As the net is knocked off, will not be a penalty, as Arnott got the puck first before the player.
Well, Primo tried to get it across the blue line. What a play by Jason Arnott, because the key here is you've got to get puck first. Leans in, gets the puck with a sweep, so that means there's no trip on the play. And Primo wisely in the offensive zone, he would have been caught. He was going right towards the net. Mario had Rafalski beat. Oh, boy! Rafalski Rafalski had fallen originally after he desperately kept the puck in the zone, and the last-ditch effort by Rafalski eliminates a shorthanded breakaway from Mario Lemieux. I just saw Mario's reaction after the play by Primo, and he had his hand right over his head like, oh, man, I had him beat. That's a good second effort, though, by Rafalski to sweep it away from Mario.
Rafalski might be a microcosm of really the Devils' frustration to get attention. Rafalski, one of the more underrated defensemen in the NHL. People just don't seem to know about him around the National Hockey League. And it's pushed ahead in center and shot in by the Devils. Terrific play by Rafalski. Keep that team lead. +9 this postseason. Here's Stevens now. Power play continuing for 55 seconds. Slammed around the boards and all the way down. Final 25 ticks here in the second. And if they do not score on the power play here, it will carry over for a mini power play to start the third.
Good hit by Kasparaitis on Randy McKay on the far boards.
Niedermeyer on it. Down low, McGillney. Gomez, give and go, shot. Whistled wide of the net. And all the way out to center. 3 seconds left. And that will do it. The horn sounds. New Jersey will start with a power play, 22 seconds, the start of number 3. Aleksey Morozov got it all going. What a period it was for the Penguins. As we get you set for the Dodge Different Intermission Report. And John and Barry are coming up. What a different intermission it'll be. 3 goals in 6.5 minutes for the Penguins, guys.
Growing up, I don't like that phrase.
Well, John, we're not all paid by the word like you, so we try and keep it short in hockey, especially guys like me that can't talk very well. The one-timer is a shot that basically Europeans brought over when they started coming to the NHL, and what it means is you don't stop the puck. You shoot it off the pass, and to have a good one-timer, the defensemen play the wrong side. Let's go back to last night's game with the Colorado Avalanche in St. Louis. Now watch right here. Colorado wins the draw clean. It goes to Blake. It goes across the board. He does not stop the pass. Bang. That's a one-timer goal. Let's look at it a little bit slower. Bork plays the wrong side. That means he's a left-handed shot playing the right side. Blake is a right-handed shot playing the left side. They do that so that when they get the puck, they're in a great shooting position. When this draw is won by Tanguay, who's playing center because of the Sakic injury, Blake could shoot that puck there or throw a great pass over to Raymond Bourque. The pass goes right between the skates of the guy who's going to one-time the puck. Okay, now let's look at it a little bit earlier in this series against LA. Game 7 against LA. They hadn't scored 184 minutes. Again, now you got Bourque, the left-hand shot on the right side. You got Blake, the right-handed shot on the left side. You're just going to reverse the sides. Again, St. Louis or Colorado wins the draw clean. Sakic comes in and throws it back to Bourque. Now Bourque could shoot this because he's right in the middle of the rink, but he throws it across right between Blake's skates. Great one-timer. That shot is very hard to block. St. Louis gets in the shooting lanes better than any other team in the NHL. That's why they're so good at killing penalties. They block a lot of shots on the point. The one-timer takes that away. Now, not all defensemen like to play their offsides. Al McGinnis is a right-handed shot. He likes to play the right side because it's much easier to bring the puck off the wall when it's a wraparound. Pronger, left-hand shot playing left side. McGinnis, a right-handed shot playing the right side. Al McGinnis stops the puck and shoots it faster than any other defenseman in the NHL. McGinnis is on the right side. He's a right-handed shot. Now watch him stop it, get his head up, and shoot it all in one motion. Very few players can do it that quick. That's the reason Al McGinnis is unique. He can do it quicker than most right-handed shots. That way it doesn't get blocked either. But if you're a left-handed shot playing the right side, it's very hard to bring the puck off the wall and get in shooting position. That's why Al McGinnis, his whole career, has played his own side. Right-hand shot, right side of the rink.
You mentioned the Europeans. They're also the ones that brought that in, switching sides with forwards, and defensemen as well.
Because the wingers play the wrong sides in Europe for the same reason. They can walk into the middle much better on your forehand, much better angle to the net.
If you're the St. Louis Blues now, you just, in 4 games, took out the Dallas Stars.
Could I be Colorado? I'd much rather be Colorado.
No, you got to be St. Louis right now. You got to be Joel Quenneville. What's the psyche inside that locker room?
He's got to get them to believe they can catch up. Okay, that's the main thing he's got to get them to do. 2-0 is fine. LA came back, and that's what he'll be settling. LA is not as good as us, and they came back against his team. He's got to get that group in there believing they can win. But the best players got to believe it. Guys like Tkachuk, who's been awful in this series so far. Turgeon took a bad penalty in the second game, terrible penalty late in the game. Dimitra, these guys must start believing, and they got to be the leaders. Who's leading the Avalanche? Sakic. Tanguay, Hayduk, Bork, Blake, the best players. Now, St. Louis has to do the same thing as Colorado did. They got to all start working them. The goaltending has to be better. There can't be any soft goals, and they got to start winning the physical battles. But it all starts in your mind, folks. The mind is the strongest thing in hockey, and if you don't believe you can't win, you ain't gonna. So Joel Quenneville has to get this team believing they can win before they worry about X and O's, before they worry about systems. Belief, and then the systems will work after that.
St. Louis has been great at home this playoff season.
They better be great at home.
Colorado, though, has been great on the road. We will have that game tomorrow night for you, 7 o'clock Eastern time, as it makes that shift from Denver to St. Louis. Pierre Turgeon and the Blues looking to get back in this series at 2-1. Lose that one, and you may as well forget it. That's at 7 Eastern time. Rene Corbet has one bounce right to him. Knows what to do with it. 3-2 right now is the lead for the Penguins.
Shock, stunned disbelief.
What happened very quickly. A couple of bouncing pucks here or there. Some good energy by the Penguins. And certainly Mario had an outstanding second period to lead the charge.
Elias for Sykora. Back to the point again. This is power play time for New Jersey. Here's Rafalski for Stevens. Trying to go backdoor. Sykora bats it out of midair, but put it into the crowd. Power play is over. They're able to kill it off. Our Visa storyline from New Jersey. Morozov's got a short-handed goal, and Kovalev and Corbet at even strength. Sykora, the shorty. Jay Pandolfo, the goal at even strength.
Our Visa storyline replays a magnificent save. Turning point save here by Johan Hedberg in the second period on Gomez as he was home free. Shortly after that, Mario came off the bench, intercepted the clearing attempt by Danico, and he sets the table over to Kovalev, who one times it between the legs. Then after that, oh boy, look. Little baseball swing by Rene Corbet, an energy player and a role player for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And if you're going to win this time of year, you need those guys to score.
Centering feed through heavy traffic in that Pittsburgh crease. Hedberg is down on the ice and is slow to get up. He's without his stick, and the referee blows the whistle and asks for medical attention. And they're not chanting moose here, they're booing.
Just the way his reaction is, tells me he's lost his wind, or he looked like he was out of wind more than anything else. And Alexander Mogilny in front of the net. I can't tell from there exactly what it is. Although they're looking at his neck right now. From our Southwest Airlines goal cam, he might have jarred his head or his neck as he was going down awkwardly. I thought maybe on the second look, we'll see it again. Oh, well, there we go. The back section of Alexander Mogilny leaned right into his neck. So if his neck was braced forward, Mogilny pushes into it. He might have just jerked that neck just enough. As he goes down. So, well, Hedberg looks like he's okay, tweaking that around. Mogilny doing the right thing, though, driving right to the front of the net. You got to be careful how far into the net you're going to be. First 8 games, a mini-me-ish 1.33 goals against average. Now, the last 6, the save percentage is below 90. It gets tougher and tougher and tougher. And the bottom line is he won a 7-game series, the first that he's experienced against the Buffalo Sabres.
That's what I was going to say in those last 2 games against Buffalo. Game 6 and Game 7, no more critical situation than that. His goals against in those 2 games, 1.68. Save percentage of .917. You're trying to get his team even as the series will shift back to Pittsburgh for Game 3. Long shot, stopped by Brodeur, and it skips to the corner. Yager bodied by Gomez. Kraft comes over to join the party. Yager showing the good strength. White finally pushes him against the glass. Herdina and Niedermeyer battle for it. White and Yager again. Here's Yager. Spin around. Shot is stopped by Brodeur. And it's Mogilny the other way. Mogilny makes the shift. And Hedberg hugging the post. Able to hang on.
Well, these are
faint chance of moose here.
Yeah, there's the guy that we should be watching here. Alexander Mogilny has missed the net, by my count, 3 times trying to go high to the glove side. One of these times, if he continues to get chances, I mean, he's going to bury it. And he's had some jump in this game. Mogilny's had some, Gomez had some chances. This one's a backhand attempt, looking for Breland drive into the net. Niedermeyer's backing it up. Alexander Mogilny is such a quick skater, such an explosive hockey player. He skates as fast with the puck as he does without the puck. And that play there, he's an experienced scorer that once scored 76 goals in the NHL. I think he was trying for deflection on that backhand play.
Here's a chance, and it's rocketed high off a neat setup from Rafalski. And it all started off with a great face-off win, but Sykora could not finish. Here's Arnott now. Checked by Lang. Good move by Arnott. Creates some space for himself. Centering feed through everyone. Go back to center and into the Devil's End, where O'Donnell will go back and chase it.
I went to the IBM official stats from the NHL.
Turnover, Lang upended, and Sykora will get to it.
And McGillney's missed 5 shots.
Drop pass. Elias tried for the redirect from Sykora and couldn't get his stick on it. Kovalev the other way. Laukkanen's the first Penguin there ahead of the play, the defenseman. Good little fake by Elias to avoid the onrushing Robert Lang. And the Devils will calm things down and look to regroup behind their own net. 2.5 in, period number 3. And the Penguins have a 3-2 lead. Madden for McKay. McKay with Halik to the front of the net. Shot stopped by Hedberg.
Well, you remember in game 1, Randy McKay had the puck in the same area, slid that puck high to the glove side. Here, Randy McKay looked like he might have just misjudged that a little bit. It went right in the midsection of Johan Hedberg, who was in very good position. First, McKay's got it on the backhand. Now he gets to the forehand. And from that angle there, maybe there was nothing to shoot at. It wasn't exactly like the other one because he was collapsed a little bit quicker right there, and Bobby Holik was driving to the net. But Hedberg makes a pretty good save. That was his first test since getting his neck jarred in when McGillney went into him.
Good look at Randy McKay and those chops he's wearing. You see Glenn Healy, the Toronto goaltender, said he's got cheesy 70 porno sideburns going. Harsh criticism from Glenn Healy. McKay pointed out he's not getting too many kisses at home from his wife. Turnover. Quick shot from the angle. And the rebound is stopped as well. Mario had the first shot. Morozov the second. Both denied by Martin Brodeur.
Mario trying to catch Marty Brodeur by surprise on the short side. And we talked about Mario picking his spots when shooting the puck. This is a good time to shoot the puck. Seeing if Brodeur is going to leave that post early, maybe try to bank it off his left pad and in. And Marty Brodeur told us before the series started that he's fully aware of Mario Lemieux in that situation. The second one was a great chance. Morozov driving to the net. The Morozov goal was a rebound from a Mario Lemieux chance.
Madden gets to it for the Devils. Looks to swing it away from Morozov. Here's Madden with some speed at center. 1-on-3, wrist shot. Easily blockered aside by Hedberg. And Baranica swinging around. The veteran Ken Danico. He's played in every single Devils playoff game in franchise history. The only player who can make that claim is able to keep the puck in deep. McKay finishes his check. Back behind the net. Johnson gets to it for Pittsburgh. Glances off the glass. And out the center. Mario avoided the hit from Bobby Holik as he shot in.
That's when you know Mario's fresh. He couldn't get out of the way of very many Bobby Holik hits in game number 1. There he eludes Bobby Holik. And this change has been good for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Steve, with the move to Mario on the left side.
Hedberg will hang on, give us an opportunity to tell you the quest for the Stanley Cup returns to ABC this Saturday when Scott Stevens and the Devils continue their battle with Mario, Jaromir Jagr, and the Penguins. It's Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. Exclusive coverage begins at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC, and ESPN, your homes for all Stanley Cup playoff action. It's been great so far, and folks, it's only getting better.
How about the Penguins scoring 3 straight goals on the New Jersey Devils? An airtight ship defensively and a solid group offensively. You know that they were going to regroup there at the end of the second period. Not one of those players could have been happy with the way that second period was played from start to finish.
Centering feed, Pittsburgh there to break it up. It's just the second time in this postseason New Jersey's allowed 3 goals in a period. The other was the third period of Game 2 against Toronto, and they gave up 4 goals.
That was a crazy hockey game. They had a big lead in that hockey game and let the Toronto Maple Leafs come back before finally winning that one in overtime.
Niedermeyer back for it. Erdina on him. The Devils get to it. Nice tape pass. Here's Corcoran, makes the move at center. They're across the line. Jagr on the back check. Jagr trying to sweep it behind the net. lost possession. It's pushed in front of the Pittsburgh crease, but only the Penguins are there. And here's Straka. Away from Gomez. Through the traffic area as he shoots in. Straka will go to forecheck it himself. Far side. Picked up by Sykora. He'll move ahead to center. He's got some jumps. Sykora taken down. Crowd wanted a call, and we'll get one. Here's O'Donnell. Kovalev on him. Swung around. Lang will force it down deeper. Kovalev's got a second to take a look. Try to hit Straka. Second chance. Quick shot. Score! It's Robert Lang! And the Penguins lead 4-2.
Similar to some of the plays that the big line of the New Jersey Devils made in Game 1. Quick play from the goal line out front. Lang a right-hand shot right on the doorstep. Good play by Kovalev. Quick little maneuver by Kovalev. The first one was blocked. It came right back to him. A little bit fortunate there. Backhand pass right on the tape. Might have glanced off the skate of Arnott before getting onto the stick of Robert Lang. Here's the first attempt here. Kovalev trying to play it. It gets blocked. Now he's on the backhand. Blind pass. Whether it's blind or not, I'm not sure, but through a scene like that, it was a perfect pass from Kovalev to Lang.
4-2 Pittsburgh. 4 unanswered goals. If you're just joining us, the Devils had a 2-0 lead after 1. They're almost like machine-like. And here they've allowed 4 straight. Off Corbet, out of play and into the crowd. Dr. Peng?
No, that came right after actually a hook by the Pittsburgh Penguins on Petr Sykora. Sykora was trying to gain the offensive zone, and quickly the Penguins went back the other way. So maybe, you know, a couple of breaks along the way. That's what the playoffs are all about. There's no call on that. They go back in the offensive zone, and Robert Lang is able to capitalize on the break as Kovalev's first pass was blocked. Here's Sykora coming through the neutral zone, tugged on the right side. Well, he embellished that. The tug was there, but he embellished it. Referees overlooked it, and the Pittsburgh Penguins go the other way.
Lang is first of the series, 4th of the postseason from Kovalev and Straka. Even strength of 519. 4-2 Pittsburgh. Here's Gomez now at center. Long shot, skipped in on Hedberg. Mogilny gets to it. They'll force it deeper in the Pittsburgh end. Here's Johnson. O'Donnell couldn't keep it in. No icing. Brodeur originally signaled that it would be and then waved it off as the linesman did.
Let's see the positioning here. This is a controlled breakout by New Jersey. Let's see the position of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Not one forechecker in. Mario sort of wandering in there, forcing them to one side. And both other wingers are staying right in the neutral zone.
There's Randy McKay. Nice little quick stick poke check by Moran to force it back to center. And Rafalski will shoot in. Malik and Moran go to the boards. Morozov picks off the pass. And he'll clear it to Baranek. 2-on-2. Lemieux, the other attacker for Pittsburgh. Mario on the forecheck, can't get to it. The Devils come away with Madden at center. He's checked by Lemieux from behind. And that allows the Penguins to get to it. Here's McKay. Rafalski for Stevens to the corner. Holy centering feed through everyone but Morozov. Glove down by Baranek at center. Rolling puck, he'll shoot in.
And Mario Lemieux yelling to Baranek, get it deep. Mario had come back on the back check, putting backside pressure, wanted a line change. He had no legs, so good communication there to get the puck deep.
And Laukkanen, the touch, icing is called to bring it back into the New Jersey end. This building has gone quiet. The Penguins doubling up the Devils. Playoff series in which they've lost the opening game. And they're headed in this similar direction here, up by 2 with 12.5 to play. 4 unanswered by Pittsburgh.
Funny team to play against if you're a goaltender. I mean, think of Martin Brodeur here. He 23 shots on goal, no sustained pressure, no chance to dominate the game. Very difficult team, I would think, to play against if you're a goaltender. Not to mention, you know, the defensemen and forwards, because the way they play.
Kraft on the forecheck for the Penguins. Now low for Herdina. He's chopped at by Nemchinov. Here's Yager. Spins away from one check. Yager coming out of the corner. His shot was blocked. Shot from Ferentz. Trickles behind the net. And Pandolfo gets to it. turns it over to Hrdina. Shoots it back in, and Niedermeyer will come out. Niedermeyer for Pandolfo. The Devils would have been offside. Yager will spin back the other way.
Well, Yager's talked about not having any confidence. I like the way he's handled the puck in this game. He's coming from the half boards in the offensive zone with much more authority in trying to make a play. Obviously not feeling many side effects from that hit that Bobby Olik had on him late in game 1.
Somewhat strange, though, Panger, you'd have to admit that the Penguins would have 4 goals and Yager would not factor in any of the scoring.
And he's done
He led the league in scoring this year.
Yeah, but he has done the little things well in this game with that line. I like the way they've worked.
Kovalev centering feed. Straka couldn't get that shot away as Brodeur was hugging the post. And here's Lang. Colin White puts Lang down. And it's worked free for Sykora. Finds Elias streaking at center. Shoot to the corner. Devils have a similar speed that they did in game 1, but haven't been able to do anything with it. Good forecheck by Elias, put Kasparaitis down. But again, the puck to Pittsburgh. Kovalev is in deep, working with Stevens. Elias, checked by Kasparaitis, rolls out in front. Hedberg will hang on. And I think penalties coming up. Maybe there's a penalty, though. We'll see as Kasparaitis and Elias look like they'll both be headed off. Let's go to Joe Micheletti. Joe.
Steve, one of the main matchups in this series thus far for Larry Robinson has been to play his A line, the Arnott line, against Robert Lang's line. And in tonight's focus, we're going to really concentrate and spotlight on Robert Lang. One way to defend against the Arnott line, don't let him have the puck. And look at Robert Lang on the faceoffs. 3 clean wins there, and then what do they do after that? Robert Lang puts himself in position. Perfect pass from Kovalev to score the 4th goal of this game. Robert Lang is in our spotlight tonight.
Well, Joe, the face-offs in this game after 40 minutes, the Penguins did have the advantage, 54%. The biggest change was Mario. Mario won 57% of the draws so far as compared to 29% in game number 1. So Mario is doing a great job on the face-offs. Meanwhile, Darius Kasparaitis was just taking a pounding there by Patrick Elias deep in the zone. Elias was really full of intensity. I love the way he was forechecking with Sykora. I mean, they're the big line, and if you want to hit somebody, as Larry Robinson said before this series started, you've got to hit the guys like Andrew Ference, Ian Moran, Darius Kasparaitis. They are not the biggest guy, and it takes its toll on you when you pound them into the glass.
Kasparaitis and Elias each pick up minors. So we go 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. And here's Madden. Just been across the line onside. Cross for Stevens. Niedermeyer's in deep. There's Olik. And that shot missed the mark. And it's cleared back out to center ice.
That was a good setup there by John Madden, trying to set up big Bobby Olik with his long stick and heavy shot.
Here's Olik, got an angle, shot. Looks like Janssen got a piece of it, but Hedberg had to get enough of it, too, to stick it to the corner. Madden regroups at center, back for Stevens.
The one thing about Bobby Olik, doesn't have much of a curve on his stick, so it's not like it's going to be a wicked shot from that far out. It's going to have to be a heel-to-toe kind of shot.
Niedermeyer went down with some assistance from Pittsburgh. Long shot from traffic, stopped by Hedberg, and the Moose jumps out to pounce on it just inside the face-off circle. 9:22 left in the 3rd. Hedberg in the Pens by 2.
Finally, the puck was jarred loose, never fully covered. What pressure after the 2 players came out of the penalty box. Elias and Kasparaitis. And Hedberg thinks his partner's got it. It's loose. Oh boy, Janssen had it in the. Did he have it in the crease from that angle? It's tough to tell anyway. But Elias stripped it from him as well. And there's the referee making the call. Kevin Pollock. What a save with the left pad. What a save. And then what a mauling. Man, oh man. Everybody in deep. To the left. Whistle went right there. He thought Straka had it covered. And Straka wasn't in the crease. But, you know, you think about it at that time, he covers it up like that. Delay a game penalty, you know. Frustration for the New Jersey Devils in that situation because they did everything they could to get that puck and try to get it by Johan Hedberg. What a play squandered, though. Originally, when Elias came out of the box, tried to go back door when he had a shot right in the slot, tried to make the pretty play. It went off his skate, and although the play kept alive, he nullified a golden opportunity to fire right between the rings.
Hedberg, tremendous during that flurry, and then gets a bit of a break as well. Long shot blocked by Primo, and here's Corbet. Rene Corbet's got a goal in the hockey game, and a penalty is coming up. Penalty coming up against Pittsburgh. I think Corbet will be called. Here's McGillney breaking in, trying to hit the far side, and it was there. Just missed the mark. And now as Pittsburgh gets possession, we get the whistle. And a slashing penalty will go against Rene Corbet and Pittsburgh, and don't go anywhere. With 7:28 left in the third, and the Penguins up by 2, the Devils to the power play.
Big test for the penalty killing unit as well as the offensive unit for the New Jersey Devils to sneak back in this game. Plenty of time left in the hockey game. Corbet was trying to get beyond Colin White, and in doing so, gave him a slash right on the hand. And the referee made the call, and you see the look of anguish and pain on Colin White. There's a way to bust through the traffic. I think Rene Corbet could have been a little bit more discreet in the way he was wielding his stick trying to get through Colin White, who was standing him up.
Corbet's second minor of the game. We'll see if this one comes at a critical time. Corbet's had an active game, the 2 penalties. He's been involved, and of course, he's got his first goal of the playoffs well at 15:55. That was the 3rd goal in that 6.5-minute flurry of the second period, which put Pittsburgh on top. Power play, New Jersey. Rafalski for Sykora. Back to Rafalski. He's got a lane, lets it go. Hedberg the save. And the traffic just opened up right in front of him as Rafalski let it go.
Well, Mario was tied up with Bobby Holik on the far side after the faceoff. Bobby Holik stayed on top of him. That opened up the ice in the middle of the ice. Right off the faceoff, Mario. The stick's right between the legs. It's wedged between his legs. So, I mean, really on that situation, you can't cross your legs and go for a big stride. Not only are you going to hurt yourself, but he's looking for a call, yeah, because the stick was right between his legs.
Face-off, good draw, won by the Devils. Rafalski for Sykora, had it cocked, and he broke his stick and drops the twig down to the ice. And he'll go for fresh lumber and shoot in. Hedberg will play it here. You get the sense this game is far from over. Hedberg is going to have to be outstanding in these final 7 minutes. That's the feel this one has to keep this a Penguins victory and send the series back to Pittsburgh tied in a game apiece.
A couple of guys to watch then are 17 in the white jersey, Sykora, 26 Elias, and I think Alexander Mogilny. If he continues to get the ice open like he has, he's going to notch one of them or at least get a quality scoring chance here in the last 6.5 minutes.
Rafalski perfectly timed for Sykora, got some speed going. Rolls up for Elias in the corner. He'll take a look now. Down low. Sykora and Elias play catch. Elias rips it, and it's blocked. Hans Janssen went down for Pittsburgh to make the block. Second on the team in block shots during the regular season. He makes the big block there. 48 seconds left of power play time. Out ahead, here's Gomez trying to split through. Wayne Primo picks up the loose change and clears.
Mario's staying on the ice here too, so he's going to work alongside Primo. Morozov started these penalty killing unit with Mario.
Niedermeyer for Gomez. McKay dragging his skate across the line, make sure he's onside. And it went through everyone, including McGillney. And it's back to center. Stevens got it across for Niedermeyer. Finds McKay. Shoots it off the glass. Stevens first on it. Back for Gomez. Shoots to the corner. There's McGillney now. Surveying the situation for Gomez. Back to the point, Stevens. Gives it back to Gomez. They play catch. Stevens fires. Shot. Kick save. Hedberg. And the rebound was clear to the corner. Gomez behind for that. Power play over. Back to 5 aside. Penguins able to kill it off.
Mario's got to be out of gas. He went off for 5 seconds and then came right back in there onto the ice. Oh, tackle by Kasparaitis. It's going to be a minor penalty.
McGillney is swung around and sent flying down to the ice, and Kasparaitis will go. So the Penguins kill off 1 penalty. They'll have to go right back to the penalty kill, and we'll have it when we come back. Batted down out of midair. Lang trying to get to it. With a second chance to clear. Some help to Kasparaitis, who has to be feeling a lot better about himself after taking the bad penalty that his penalty killers were able to kill it off for him while he was in the box.
No doubt about that.
Really, Pittsburgh penalty killing cannot be overlooked tonight, and not just the last 2 kills. New Jersey 0 for 5 with the power play. Just 2 shots on goal with the 5-man advantages. And, oh, by the way, Pittsburgh has a shorthanded goal tonight. Moran back for the touch. Icing is called. Our Dodge final fact from New Jersey. The Devils 8-4 all-time in best-of-7 series in which they've won the first game. But keep in mind, of the 4 losses, 2 of those have been to these Penguins in 91 and again in 99.
I know Johan Hedberg wasn't around to see that experience in 1999, but he has been around in this hockey game in a big, big way. Oh, what a save in the first period, his first gem. But the second period, this is the save of the hockey game. Absolute save of the hockey game, because it was 2-1 at that time. And Kovalev, ended up scoring to make it 2-2 when Lemieux jumped off the bench on a line change and made a perfect pass to Kovalev. If not, it's a 3-1 hockey game, all New Jersey, all the momentum. He stopped it.
Here's puck, Morozov trying to get to it. 3 Devils come over to take him out, and it's cleared. Significant to point out that Kovalev's goal that you talked about was the first given up by New Jersey in even strength in 212 minutes and 47 seconds. John Saunders, you top that.
Rafalski on the ice here to try to get to within 1.
Face off to the left of Johan Hedberg. Shot from the angle. Mario Lemieux will get to it. Can't clear. See that too often. Here's Elliott behind the net. Centering feed. Loose puck in front. Loose bodies in front. And Hedberg's got that one. Without the stick, but he's got the puck.
He get that with his right pad. He is excellent at the butterfly. And his flexibility. I pulled the groin 3 times watching him move to his right and to his left. Tremendous flexibility. If you can keep an eye on his right pad, that's the left side of your screen right there. You see the toe? Whether or not it was going wide or not, what an effort. And Jason Arnott would want that sucker back. He was right there. Here's a good look at Jason Arnott isolated on the doorstep. He got beyond Mario and Ian Moran. The puck bounces loose. He thinks he's got one there. He's got it. Unless he fanned on it, trying to get that up high, and it stayed low. But Hedberg has done a remarkable job at his 2 pads, right in his left pad, to the post. He seems to me like he likes people deking him more than he likes people shooting him in situations in close because of his flexibility and the way that he can move forward and backward so exceptionally quick.
John and Barry asked the question in our first intermission, who is Johan Hedberg? And I have to think an awful lot of people will know him now that didn't know him after this game. 55.2 seconds left on the clock, and maybe that's what they're looking at and trying to adjust. In filming that segment on who is Johan Hedberg yesterday at the Zone, we ran across a young lady. We asked her who was Johan Hedberg, and she couldn't name him. But get this, she had a penguin tattoo on her ankle, and she still couldn't name the goaltender for the Penguins.
John Saunders said, he should have said, who's the Moose? Moose is on the loose here for the Penguins in a terrific game. First 2 goals weren't of the great variety for Johan Hedberg, but he bounced back.
Baseball tonight is coming up next. Back to the point, Rafalski. Long shot, catches the glass. Hard check thrown by Jágr. On the ice in a defensive posture here in the final 40 seconds. The captain of the Penguins. Johnson will get to it and shoot it all the way down, gunning for the empty net. Instead, all it will be is icing. With 27.5 seconds left in the third. And the face-off deep inside the Pittsburgh end.
Boy, Petr Sykora had one right on the doorstep. I mean, right in the middle of the ice again. He does a remarkably good job of getting behind everybody and getting open for these one-timers. Rafalski, fake shot, right to the right point. And this high, hard howitzer went just over the head in the crossbar. Sykora got real good wood on this one right here. One piece. Easton's stick has really done a world of good for his shot in situations like that. 27.5 seconds left. The net remains empty for New Jersey.
Ian Morant had a strong game, not just because he's wearing the ESPN microphone. Shot down the ice. Icing will be called again with 17.3 seconds left, and it looks an awful lot like Game 3 in Pittsburgh. Will feature a couple of teams that are tied in this series. The Devils and the Penguins. We'll have exclusive coverage for you on ESPN beginning at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And figure Mellon Arena or the Igloo will be a-rockin' on Thursday night. We look forward to bringing you that one. ESPN and ABC, your homes for all Stanley Cup playoff matches.
We are looking forward to heading to Pittsburgh for Game 3. Maros had a heck of a game. You lead by example, and they went back to Pittsburgh. They regrouped. They came back, charged up, and they've had obviously a solid 40 minutes after trailing 2-0 in the first 20.
You don't get this far in the postseason by folding up when things get tough, but those of you who just might be joining us, the Devils had a 2-0 lead after one. Pittsburgh did not quit. The horn sounds, and the Pittsburgh Penguins come away with a hard-fought, well-deserved 4-2 victory. Mario, a couple of helpers. The Penguins have evened this series at 1 game apiece.
And don't forget about the line change, the combination to begin this game, and they were consistent throughout except for a couple of situations where Jágr and Lemieux played together, and that was few and far between. The New Jersey Devils squandered this one while Johan Hedberg got stronger as the game went on.
For Hedberg, 27 saves. The Penguins head home after evening this series at a game apiece as they double up the Devils tonight here in New Jersey, 4-2. The Western Conference Final resumes tomorrow night on ESPN at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. When the Blues return home, they'll try to get a game in that series against the Avalanche. That'll be game number 3. Coming up next, it's baseball tonight. Tonight's game has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. For Darren Pang, Joe Micheletti, this is Steve Levy. Thanks for watching. Good night from New Jersey.